So it is Old School RuneScape's 10th birthday. So happy birthday to Jagex and Old School RuneScape team, and we're gonna do the 10th birthday event. So to start the event, you go to Patty Seer right here in Lumbridge. You ask her about her tin. She gives you the broken tin, and then the cook tells you to go to Bob the Builder because he owes him one, and he gives you this voucher. Let's go to Bob the Builder right now, birthday event 2023, and he has no idea that the cook remembered about his favor. Now remember, Bob the Builder is not a nice person, as we saw in the Dorgashun quest line, but we're grateful enough that he fixed our tin for Patty Seer. So let's take that back to her. Now let's take this tin back to Patty Seer. She says thank you for the help. Now we gotta find her hat, her lucky hat that was stolen by a goblin. So let's go track him down. And he's going to be right here in the general store, just right next to the door. He's cooking a little fire, and he's got a cool fancy looking hat. And that hat is what we need. It's not like the other chef's hats in the game, but that's a nice looking hat. So with a little bit of coercion, we figure out that Warm Hands just wants to be a chef, because he's learned a lot just by looking at the chefs at Lumbridge, and he wants to put his skills to the test. So we convince him to give Patty Seer back the hat if he can cook for them. That way she can learn from him. Once he disappears, go back to Patty Seer and go through the dialogue with her. She tells him that nobody needs a hat to be a chef. Anybody can be a chef, but he thinks that he needs a hat. And after a little bit of communication and cooking, they both make a cake. So now we have to go to the party room in Falador, and she gives us a free teleport there. It says it's imprecise, but it teleports you directly in front. Here we are. Now we gotta talk to Party Pete, just right here with the red party hat. And then we hand over the birthday cake that those two made in Lumbridge. So now we gotta go talk to Archmage Falador, and while we're there, we're gonna inspect each cake that the various populations of Gielinor have prepared. And here we have the dwarf cake, which is made by Thurgo. It's probably a red berry pie because that's what it looks like. That's his favorite food. Next we have the goblin cake made by General Bentnose and Wartface. It looks not like chocolate apparently. And we have the burnt cake by King Rolled. And then the gnome child has prepared us some gnome crunchies, which are not cakes. So as you can tell, there is quite a bit of chef's inputs and their own perception of a cake. We talked to Archmage Falador, and he says we need dragon fire. And this guy apparently invited Elvarg to the party, but she never showed up due to unfortunate circumstances a long time ago. And now we can begin the cake-off judging portion. First up we have is Imkando cake, and it is definitely a pie. He doesn't like the general's cakes because it is mud. And then here we have a dragon popping up. We cut the feed because, you know, you don't want to show the dragon burning everything down. And it looks like Alvarg took the place of Elvarg because of her condition. So to finish off the contests, the gnome child's cookies were cookies, and King Rolled's cake was burnt already, and the goblin's cakes was mud. The dwarf cake was a pie. So we're going to present Lumbridge cakes by Warm Hands and Patty Seer, and he seems to like that because it's an actual cake that's not burnt or mud. Now we go tell Warm Hands the good news that he won. And to finish up this fine quest event, we go talk to Party Pete. Click on Birthday Event 2022 again, and we finish the quest. He gives us our rewards. Very nice. The old school team wishes you a happy 10th birthday. That's very cool event. And then he invites us downstairs where we can see the old school museum, which I have not seen ever. I didn't even know this was a thing until today. So we're gonna go check that out right now. Right here underneath the party room is a whole bunch of displays of all the history and all the events and all the updates that old school RuneScape has put into play. Here we can see just a few of them. The Grand Exchange, the Zaya, Cerberus is right there, Deadman display, the Sire. It's just a whole bunch of displays for each little thing that has been input into the game, and I like this a lot. Here's the Kraken and the corporeal beast. Not corporal, corporeal. I really like this a lot because it shows that the old school RuneScape team has taken a lot of pride into making this museum just to show us the history to the new players and the old players alike. They're here to show you that they're taking your input that you put in as a player and incorporating that into the game, whether it's through new events, new quests, new bosses, or updates to those old ones, like how they reworked Zaya a couple times when it first came out to now. They have reworked it a lot, which is good. because it adds it shows that the team is like very caring about their fan base. And this museum is pretty cool. It's got 2 stories, or two basement floors. This is the top level, and then you can go down one more into the bottom level, and that has even more stuff. I think it has the newest stuff down there. And here is Tim and Crunchy and Dunce. Dunce is now a star. And then here we are on the bottom floor. We have the most recent additions to the game with the Tombs of Amasket and the new bosses and the Giant's Foundry and all that. You can always check the progress of this museum by talking to the supervisor upstairs, and apparently I already have everything unlocked. I don't know how, I guess because I've done so many quests. And now we're trying on all of the gear that we got from this quest, which is a bunch of cool looking changeable items. We have the silver party hat, a gnome child backpack, a gnome child plushie that you can carry around and change the styles of to the Jad or a puppy. We have Bob slippers or Jad slippers. We have the dragon dagger candle, which is very nice. If you change the styles of the jumper, it changes the party hat styles on the back, which is pretty cool. And then we also have the 10th birthday cape, which is very nice, as well as a cake hat, as well as the 10th birthday balloons. And you also get 2 half jugs of wine. So overall, this event was pretty cool, very nice to do. Good job to the Old School RuneScape team. Happy birthday to Old School RuneScape players and the team, and thank you all for watching. See you all next time.